There are only 3 unique daggers that you can get in the game, but dual wielding is massively fun, especially when you get hold of fire and ice. Now, I have done this guide, taken a look at both of these daggers before, and lots of tips about getting the most out of dual wielding them, but I'm going to show you also quickly how to get hold of Umbra's Needle, the 3rd and final unique dagger, which can give you health when you hit an enemy. Hey RATBAGGERS, it's Jade. Yeah, let's go. We're going to be kicking off in Dawnshore, going after Octave the Firebrand, one of the bounties that you can pick up from obviously the market. You probably came across this guy as well exploring the region. It's definitely one of the easiest bounties to find. Killing him will net you the Sheathed in Summer dagger, and it effectively applies 10% fire damage to your attacks. And yes, you do need to kill him to obviously get it. Here it is, the location all the way up to the north, maybe northwest, just past Paradis. So yes, 10% bonus fire damage, and a full combo attack deals moderate fire accumulation. And the usual with enchantments, you'll increase the power of accumulation but to nearby enemies, or you can choose to get more accumulation by parrying. Next up, we're picking up a Frost Dagger, Survivor's Guilt, and you can find that in the Emerald Stairs. You need to find another bounty, Belderonos, which is a calamity inside this cave. Again, you can pick up these bounties in the market square, so it'll show you exactly where it is, but here on the map towards the southwest. This one might be a bit more formidable. I was definitely under level trying to take him on, as you'll see from the actual skulls across him, 3 there. These calamities can be actually really tough. As usual, these things I would take out the side minions first if you can, or you go ahead and just concentrate right on the main target, but make sure you're using your actual companion's abilities more often. He's going to be pretty immune to things like poison, so don't make sure you use anything like that, as well as any bleed effects. But he's really weak against ice, so you can still go ahead and use shock and fire, but if you've got any kind of ice spells or ice grenades, definitely use them too. I definitely was getting my ass kicked by a lot of the ranged creatures, and don't forget he splits into 2 creatures once you've defeated him. Now technically you don't actually have to kill him to go and get the actual dagger. If you head up to this tree root here, and then you should be seeing some ledges to jump up and climb. You'll find a skeleton with a potion, a book, and Survivor's Guilt. This is going to give you that extra ice damage now. So I would say this is an easier one to miss since it doesn't drop on the initial bounty target or is in the actual area directly next to it. Exactly the same deal as obviously Sheathed in Sunlight, a full combo attack dealing high frost accumulation and 10% bonus frost damage. And next up it's Umbra's Needle, which you can find in Galawain's Tusk, the 4th zone to explore. So a bit of a way away between the other 2. That's why it's probably worth going ahead and upgrading both the previous daggers until you get to this point, and hopefully it will be a legendary if you've already got a weapon that's legendary, or I do believe it's got a good chance of being legendary anyway, depending on your level regardless. You can go ahead and buy a treasure map to show its exact location, but of course don't want to waste your money. Here it is. It's about as far northwest as you can get. If you go to the Ash Outpost, that might be your best point of reference to go and find this place. And then it's a case of just following the cliffside along. You'll come across some spider webs. And there's a small little opening that leads up to some rock formations. And again, here you go, just on the map here. When you come up the top, then go along this side and then turn right, and inside the chest you'll find Umbra's Needle. As said, I have done a guide talking about how to get the most out of your dual wielding, so I'll leave that in the comment section. I highly recommend you go and check it out. But Umbra's Needle, yeah, maybe not as good as the other 2, obviously based on when you get it. It can restore 2% of the damage that you deal back as health, and you will get 15% damage against enemies with full health. So it's really more of a stealth blade. Be surprised how many times you're about to attack someone and one of your companions accidentally or not goes and hits the exact companion that you're aiming for. So already nullifying a lot of that extra attack. But on the flip side, it will be a legendary, like I said, a high level one. And if you are struggling maybe with a lighter armor set, then I guess being able to gain some health back might be beneficial. But for my mind, the other 2 daggers are pretty much the perfect combination of fire and ice, having something that you can use even against most enemies. If they've got resistance, you can use the other. Enchanting it will give you 4% of the damage you deal as health, or you can go for killing an enemy with a special attack, gives you 30% attack speed for 10 seconds. This might be the only saving grace from this. I would actually choose the Black Wind enchantment, as I think that could be really beneficial, especially if you've got flurry of blows. And I just never get to the point where I've gone and run out of health potions or healing foods, so it's not really as useful. But you know, it can suit this playstyle. If you're not really worried about taking damage, then this is obviously going to be really good for getting lots of melee hits in and just not stopping or trying to dodge out the way. The trick really is to go ahead and just make sure you're using the right actual dagger when you creep up behind an enemy to get that extra damage input when it's at full health. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I am going to be working on a more advanced dual wielding or dagger stealth ranger class. I want to talk about the berserker scale armor that you can get in Galawain's Tusk, as well as another set which is really good for melee hits. Both of these armor sets you might not always associate with something like dual wielding, because you need kind of maybe light sets to get the most stamina, but definitely have some benefits. So look out for that. That'll be in a much more detailed video taking a look at some of the armors in Galawain's Tusk and Endgame gear. But there we go. That is the 3 unique daggers you can get in AVOWED for now. Until next time, Ratbags, I'll catch you later.